All right, we're back on the internet, and I'm going to ask you the first question because I was just saying that you do not, to follow up on our editorial, though, you do not have a photo ID.
That's true. Well, I do have a photo ID.
Or you don't have a driver's license.
But I don't have a driver's license, that's true.
Why don't you have a driver's license?
Well, I grew up in New York City, and I hate cars. So I try to avoid, certainly try to avoid driving one myself. And as you noted earlier on,
you don't need one in New York.
My people, you know, we travel mainly by other conveyances. For example, levitation, and you know,
magic carpet.
Exactly. So you know, you've never had.
What are your people, genies?
Well, actually, they rubbed a lamp earlier today, and then kind of out I came and seersucker. It's sort of just the way I operate.
Oh, okay. Welcome our next guest, a wisp of smoke. Okay, Chelsea, for you, being the daughter of a Mormon, do you have any insight into Mitt Romney's religion and how it might impact his decision-making?
Yes, it's a farce, and it's a terrible religion, and you shouldn't follow it. Period.
What?
That's it?
Well, it was made up. I mean,
is it worse than any other religion?
No. I mean, any organized religion can be very harmful, but I think Mormonism is really, really ridiculous. I grew up with it, and I couldn't even look at my mom seriously for more than 10 minutes when she talked about it, until finally she just stopped talking about it.
It is ridiculous, even by the standards of religion.
Come on, but it's improved millions of people's lives. It's kind of built a tremendous. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at the stability of Mormon families, if you look at just kind of the flourishing institutions they've created, it's an amazing.
But they can't even drink alcohol.
But the breast implant industry.
They can't have sex. They can't have alcohol.
There are a billion Muslims who manage just fine without drinking alcohol, Chelsea.
What about
and
coffee?
They have fun and they kind of
coffee.
Oh, well, they do drink coffee, but they, you know, but they.
What about Red Bull?
I mean, just because the law under which Muslims, you know, purport to live says they can't drink alcohol doesn't mean they actually don't.
Exactly.
Same with Mormons.
Yeah, same with Republicans who have gay sex. But also...
There's plenty of Mormons who drink.
But the breast
You think the Saudi royal family doesn't have
huge.
cases of scotch
But the thing is that I think that the Mormon Church, it's incredible the social welfare agencies they've created, just the tremendous achievement, the way that they've built an institution in a very chaotic world that has really been a source of solace and stability for a lot of people. I think that I just can't see being dismissive
Okay, but
of that.
they don't accept, unless you accept Jesus Christ as your savior in the Mormon religion, you go to hell. So you could be a great person, a huge philanthropist, you could live your life well, not be a philanderer, get married, take care of your children, and go to hell. But you could be a rapist and a murderer and accept Jesus Christ, and then you go to heaven.
That's not just
religious communities are based on
That's kind of true, but that's what I took away from Mormonism.
Okay.
And you were in it. She was in it, so.
Okay, for Mark Cuban, when will the NBA successfully block the bulk of NBA players from going to the Olympics? And why would letting them compete every 4 years hurt the NBA so badly?
I don't know when it's going to happen, hopefully soon, because when you pay somebody $15 million a year and then they go and they work for NBC for free, that kind of gets under your skin.
That's a good point.
Not the right way
it's
to
a
do it.
really good point.
Did the Mavericks have anyone on the team?
I won't let them. No, we didn't this year.
Then what are you bitching about?
I'm not big.
Did they want Dirk? Did they want some?
No, Germans didn't make it, fortunately.
Oh, that he would have played for Germany,
Yeah.
right. They didn't even make it in the Olympics?
Nope, bummer.
Wow.
Did they in 08?
Yeah, they did, and I wasn't happy. But
Okay. If the government raised your taxes, Mr. Cuban, would you still be a billionaire, still create jobs, and still invest in this country?
absolutely. They can take my taxes from 35 to 39%. I won't even notice it.
Right.
You know what taxes were in the 50s?
What?
In the 50s, 91%.
Yes, absolutely.
All throughout Eisenhower, 91%.
Under Eisenhower, it was 91% because he was a commie.
You know what it was leading up to the...
Even under Nixon, it was over 70.
yeah, and leading up to the crash of 29, it was 25% for the whole 20s.
Right. I mean, I think...
So-
And there are a lot more tax shelters.
The
back
top
as well.
1/10,000th of this country makes 5% of total income. This is like end times imbalance. The notion that somehow they should be taxed less is crazy talk.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the reality. If you have enough money in the bank, then your marginal tax rate doesn't matter. Either you're investing or you're not. You're not making decisions. I've looked at thousands of business plans. On Shark Tank, we see 20 a day. Not one single time have I ever had a discussion about taxes in making those decisions. Not once. They don't matter. Either it's a good investment or it's not.
Also, more wealthy people should come forward and say that they're willing to pay more taxes. I'm willing to pay more taxes, and I'm a Jew, so I'm willing to.
Well, you're a Mormon.
Yeah,
I'm
joking too.
I'm every religion that comes up in this conversation. Bringing new ones up.
It's not about that. It's about how well the money is spent. That's the core question. If the money is being deployed effectively, I would have no problem
hope.
paying
No, I
higher
think
taxes.
it's about rich people wanting to hang on to
You're
their
going to have the same
money.
problem. Look, you don't know. You don't know how the Republicans are going to spend the money either. You have no idea.
Sure
You're
you
just
do.
hoping they send.
On defense.
They sent a case of $500 million to Iraq and didn't know where it went. That's
yeah.
exactly how that
More
money
than
was
that,
spent.
absolutely.
Yeah. So you have.
Here's
track
one for you,
record.
Peter. 14 years after the release of your first documentary, wow, this is a real fan.
Wow, no kidding.
Garbage. Your
That
first,
one person,
Your first Garbage.
the one.
There used to be a band, Garbage. Remember,
Yeah,
remember
that killed
Garbage?
us.
Shirley
It killed us.
Manson.
Yeah, it killed you?
Yeah, because we had the name first, and then they came out and they used the same font, so it took all of our air away.
Oh,
I could have
fuck.
killed
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Right, Shirley somebody was the lead.
Shirley Manson.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, they were good.
Okay.
They were really good.
Do you think things are better or worse when it comes to how Americans deal with waste?
Oh, much better.
Much better.
Much better. Yeah, because
Because we recycle and.
yeah, the recycling, when we started Garbage back in '89, recycling in LA was not even the little orange cart,
Right.
thing, and now you got the big push carts. But right now, waste is considered a fuel. Like
Right.
Waste management is usually looking at every landfill they have and saying, that's a mine. And so there's going to be wars and fights over waste before too long because it's
Really?
all organic carbon. So everyone's fighting for, I want to make fuel with that waste. Oh, I want to do something else with that waste. It's actually, I would be buying a lot of landfills if I were you.
But
Actually,
We need
bought
that to
one.
happen with
I bought one, and
Yeah.
we're converting into land to be used for data centers.
There you go.
Yeah,
But
nice.
you converted it.
dating
did you-
centers?
Data centers. Because you can convert all the garbage
go on a
into
date at a
power, which
landfill.
feeds the data centers.
Exactly.
Well, now we need that to happen with water use because that's an area where the amount of waste is
Oh,
just
there's
a
some
scandal.
amazing
and
stuff
it's
with
really
water
tragic.
right now. There's a group of people that are working on treating municipal waste water so that you can actually take all the water that we're using in our sewage system, save the water, compost the human stuff. It's taking care of the bacteria. It's taking care of all the drugs that everyone's
The
taking.
human stuff.
Yeah,
I
all
like
the
that.
human stuff.
Very-
Use that compost for the stuff I was talking about, turn on the soil and save
Soylent Green.
a crazy amount of water.
green, it's people.
Hey, there's a guy
Spoiler
there.
alert. Okay.
Matt, that was for you.
Chelsea, this is for you. M. Sturgis asked, do you think Paul Ryan is going to be able to attract women voters because he's young and good looking, or is he a turnoff the minute he opens his mouth?
Wow.
See Sarah Palin.
I got it. I'm
The
slow.
male version of Sarah Palin. I mean, he's not as stupid as she is, but I mean, who is?
He's not as good looking as she is, though.
He's,
Right, I
he's
mean-
not that good looking, but she wasn't
Right.
that good looking either. She was pretty,
pretty.
than most politician women.
Yeah.
I mean, political women, whatever the appropriate phrase for that is. But no, I don't think so. I mean,
But I've heard a lot about how good looking he is. Now,
Politrixes.
I'm not.
Politrix is? Okay, gotcha.
All it takes is one glance into what Paul Ryan has voted on as far as women's issues. This is the guy that put forward a personhood
Right.
amendment on the floor of Congress,
Right.
who has systematically tried to defund Planned Parenthood. Any lady that looks at that, I don't know how she's attracted to Paul Ryan despite the fact that he does P90X.
Yeah.
Great ad for P90X.
The very
Whatever
large
that
number of
is.
women who are pro-life, I mean, might feel differently, right? I mean, they exist. They're out there, and they have strong convictions too.
They're doing P90X too.
What is P90X?
It's a game that he plays, or no, it's a workout
An
video.
ultra
right?
intense
Workout video that he bought on what is that?
In infomercials, yeah.
Infomercials, yeah.
Not that I have one, no. But I certainly don't use it, so.
Let's go put some money in a landfill.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week, folks.
Real Time with Bill Maher. Ask Bill and his guests your questions right after the show at HBO.com.